I am so fired up to be running cheer practice. Together, we can do anything.
Just when you thought the world of zombies couldn't get any wilder, Disney's back with a summer twist that brings even more drama, music, and supernatural chaos. This time, Zed and Addison aren't just navigating school or saving the town, they're summer camp counselors caught in a full-on battle between vampires and daywalkers. Sounds intense? That's because it is, but in the most musical, sparkly, undead way possible. So let's dive into everything we know about it. As you know, the trailer for Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires just dropped, and Disney finally confirmed the release date, which has fans buzzing. We're getting another music-packed adventure in the Zombies universe, and once again, Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly are back as our favorite zombie-human couple, Zed and Addison. After everything they went through in the first 3 movies, uniting monsters and humans and proving that love really can conquer all, they're now facing something a little more complicated, and definitely more fang-filled. This time, the setting has shifted to a summer camp. Sounds chill, right? But don't let the campfire vibes fool you. Things are heating up quickly because a new conflict is brewing, and it's not just your standard teen drama. There's a whole rivalry going on between 2 supernatural groups, daywalkers and vampires. So while Zed and Addison take on the roles of camp counselors, which sounds like a fun little break, they quickly get caught up in this species-level showdown. And judging by the trailer, it's going to be musical, dramatic, and totally chaotic in the best way. Disney announced that the movie is set to premiere on the Disney Channel on July 10, and for those who prefer streaming, it'll hit Disney Plus the very next day. So fans won't have to wait long to dive into the new story, and of course all the new songs and dance numbers. Now what does all this mean for the Zombies franchise? Well, Zombies 4 definitely seems to be mixing familiar faces with fresh ones. While Zed and Addison are obviously still front and center, they're joined by some new characters who are likely to stir things up. There's Nova, a fierce daywalker played by Freya Skye, and Victor, a vampire with a bit of an attitude played by Malachi Barton. These two are basically the heart of the conflict this time around. But don't worry, some of the fan-favorite characters are returning too. Eliza, played by Kylie Russell, and Willa, played by Chandler Kinney, are back to help their friends try to keep the peace between the supernatural cliques. And there are even more newcomers. Julian Lerner as Ray, Swayam Bhatia as Vera Mekinen, Knife as Vargas, yep, just Knife, Lisa Chappell as the vampire Eldris, and John O. Roberts as Commander Bright. So it's definitely a bigger ensemble this time. Behind the scenes, Paul Hohen is back in the director's chair. He directed all 3 of the previous zombie movies, and the screenplay is once again written by David Light, Joseph Rosso, and Josh Kagan. It's clear they're sticking with a creative team that fans already trust. Plus, both Manheim and Donnelly are now executive producers on this project, alongside Hohen, Light, Rosso, Jane Fleming, and Mark Ordesky. That's kind of a big deal because it means they have more creative control this time around. And speaking of things to get excited about, Zombies 4 doesn't just rely on nostalgia. Sure, we'll be hearing classics like Someday and Ain't No Doubt About It, but the movie will also introduce 9 brand new original songs. So the soundtrack is shaping up to be a major highlight, especially for fans who've been jamming to the previous movie's tunes on repeat. One thing that stands out from the trailer is just how much bigger this movie feels. It's not just another visit to Seabrook High, it's a whole new environment with a ton of moving parts. There's actually a time jump in the story, skipping over Zed and Addison's freshman year in college. Instead, we catch up with them during the summer before sophomore year, so we're meeting them at a new point in their lives with new challenges and responsibilities. Megan Donnelly hinted before that the franchise was heading toward introducing more types of creatures, and she wasn't kidding. While we don't have all the details yet, the trailer definitely suggests that this 4th movie is going to push boundaries and explore new dynamics. That also means that the characters we've grown to love will have to step into some unfamiliar roles, facing dilemmas that go beyond high school drama. Milo Manheim himself has said that Zombies 4 is more of a spectacle than anything they've done before. At the same time, the reanimated series, which was filmed around the same time, serves as a fun, nostalgic reminder of where the characters started. According to Manheim, doing both projects simultaneously gave him a better appreciation for how far the characters, especially Zed, have come. He said the animated series reminded him of the lighthearted Zed from the first film and helped him bring that spark back into the live-action version. It's worth noting that both Manheim and Donnelly feel a deep connection to these roles. With his fourth film, the introduction of new characters felt like passing the torch in a way. Donnelly mentioned that seeing the franchise expand like this gave her a whole new appreciation for it. Manheim agreed, calling the whole experience a kind of elevation of what came before. Everything from the story to the scale to the soundtrack just feels bigger and better in his words. And let's talk about the music for a second, because Manheim didn't hold back. He actually said that this is his favorite soundtrack of all the Zombies movies. He even compared the style of the film to a Marvel movie with the way it was shot and how powerful the themes are. During the table read, he said the script hit him hard emotionally because the messages of the zombie series still shine through, possibly more than ever. Donnelly also opened up about what it meant to her and Milo to finally be executive producers. Since they've been living in this world for 6 years now, it was a big deal to have some creative output. She called it an honor, saying it felt incredibly rewarding to be involved in the storytelling process this time around. After spending all these years playing Zed and Addison, their on-screen chemistry is basically second nature now. Donnelly described it as something really special, explaining how they grew up together through all the different stages of life. For her, it feels like everything they've done up to this point has been leading to this fourth movie. Manheim echoed that sentiment, saying their bond has become familial. At the beginning, it was all new and exciting. They were just two teenagers thrown into this big Disney machine, but now it's so much deeper. He described Donnelly as his rock and said that having her by his side through all of this has meant everything to him. He even said that this kind of journey isn't something many people get to experience, and that just makes him appreciate the cast and crew even more. After spending so many years building this universe together, it's clear that the Zombies family has become a real part of their lives. And that feeling extends beyond just the cast and crew. With both Zombies 4 and the reanimated series, Manheim said he really hopes the fans feel satisfied with how the story continues. More than that, he wants them to experience the same sense of joy and warmth that the cast did while making it. According to him, there's nothing missing in this film. It's got heart, humor, action, and music, all wrapped up in what might just be the best Zombies movie yet. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop, and if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.